Hello everybody, it's the King back here with another video. Today guys, we are back with another episode of Genshin Impact. Now, there's quite a few things that we have to go over, but before we do that, there's a couple things that I want to get out of the way before we actually do this. So here's how this video is going to go, because it has been a little while, and there are some things I'd like to talk about. Some things I'm actually very excited to share and announce. These past like 8-9 days have been the most productive I've been in months. Not necessarily YouTube productive, right? But productive on a side project that I still play in the Shared to the public and on YouTube, just not on this channel and stuff like that. Some of you may know what I'm talking about if you are a part of the Discord and have been so for a while. If not, you guys may be very confused and very surprised by the information that I'm about to share. But regardless, before we kind of go into like my little rant and spiel and stuff, as you guys can see, we have 13 wishes here, and Mavuika, I don't think her name is Mavuika, but I don't know how to pronounce this. Mavuika, no, Mavia? I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna call her Maeve, okay? I'm just gonna call her Maeve because I have no idea how the hell her name is pronounced. So Maeve is in the banner. We also have like this weird girl over here, but like to be fair, Maeve just looks way cooler, and she has got like a motorcycle, and motorcycles have always just been like my favorite. So we're gonna roll on her because why not? I think I'm also like approaching pity anyway, so like hopefully we'll finally get somebody good. But before I roll on her, I actually want to learn how she works. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead to, where is it? Where's the little test things? Is it over here? Nope, that's wishes. Hold on. There's usually that little like test page where you could like test, yeah, there it is, test run, there we go. Sorry, it's been so long, I literally couldn't find it. I thought I was on the wrong tab for a second. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try out this character as well as this one, obviously, because I don't know, well, what if like this one, despite not looking as cool, is actually better or more fun or whatever, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try them also for primos, and then after we do that, we'll do our rolls. And after we do our rolls, we're gonna complete today's daily commissions, and while we're completing them, I'm gonna sort of talk a little bit about what I've been up to these past couple days, all of the changes that have happened, because like the PC is still the same, the monitor is still the same, but I'm basically working with an entirely new setup, which is actually coincidentally how this kind of just managed to work. Like, it's actually, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about, but and before any of that, I kind of actually want to focus on learning the characters, which is the only reason that I'm not gonna start ranting and having tangents as of right now. So let me just kind of lay back here, rest up. Well, not a rest up, but like reposition. All right, so let's get into this. So Maeve, there we go. Maeve's elemental skill summons forth the old fire armaments to fight alongside her. Tap to have the ring of searing radiance manifest and continuously deal pyro damage to nearby opponents, and hold to have Maeve's ride her flame strider, converting her normal charge and plunging attacks to deal pyro damage. Her elemental burst is not reliant on elemental energy, but instead on fighting spirit. When nearby characters consume night soul points or their normal attacks hit opponents, Maeve's will gain fighting spirit. When she's above 50% fighting spirit, can unleash her elemental burst to deal AoE pyro damage and activate the Crucible of Death and Life state. That sounds so Crucible of Life and Death. That actually sounds so cool. During this time, her Flame Strider's mode, normal charge attacks deal increased damage to facilitate experience the character's elemental burst and night soul blessing state. Additionally, elemental orbs will appear in the trial stage and more objects will, okay. I think I understand. But I'm not actually sure. That was a little bit of lag. Let me just make sure I'm still recording. Okay, I am. All right, cool. So let me just see here. Okay, so normal tap, and then charge. Ooh, whoa, that hold down attack. Yo, that heavy attack looks badass. Look at this. Oh, bro, now the magic circle. Oh, it's badass, bro. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. All right, and then you have the little tap. Okay, so tap activates a little, I guess this is the Crucible of Life and Death state. If I de-tap it, will it de-transform? No, so tapping it again summons the Flame Rider, or the Flame Strider, or whatever it's called. How do I so once I enter this state, over here.
Rise with the sun.
How do I like get out of this state? Is there a way to manually like deactivate this state, or is it just gonna force me to be permanently in here and consume energy until it runs out? Because I think that's actually just the case. Yeah, it looks like it. That's actually kind of annoying. If I hold E right off the bat, okay, if I hold E right off the bat, I don't even have to, like, I can just immediately assume Flame Strider mode. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is badass. This is kind of badass, bro. I still stand by my opinion that, oh, bro, look at the helmet. Nah, look at the helmet. Okay, look. I still stand by my opinion. How do I get off? Okay, there we go. That's how I get off. I still stand by my initial opinion that I put out on Discord when people were asking me about this character, that I don't really think the motorcycle fits Genshin's like medieval fantasy team, but I still think it's badass. Like, I think it's badass. I don't really, yeah, man, I don't really know how I feel about it. Also, like Crucible of Life and Death state, I think that's what this is called. It's super badass. The flaming hair, like the cool ass, yeah, and I like this. I actually really like this. All right, and then what is her burst ability again? Let me just go like this. Talents, let's kind of check it out here. Burst is, yeah, Hour of Burning Sky. What the hell did I just say? Hour of Burning Skies. Let the people's inner voices reach the divine throne in the heaven. Whoa. Oh my god, that's so badass. Let the people's inner voices reach the divine throne in the heavens. God damn, that sentence alone. Oh my god, that's... Dude, I'm sorry, but for how fucking cool her skills are and her like descriptions and shit, like I feel like cosmetically speaking, she does not live up to the hype. Like her skills are fucking badass. The descriptions for them are goddamn badass. Like, it's all screams super badass. And then, like, I'm not gonna hold you, this is a very, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this is just my opinion, but like I feel like this is a very generic looking design here. Like there isn't, I don't know, man. This is definitely one of the more lackluster designs. It's literally just fantasy biker outfit. Like, there's nothing unique about this at all. There's nothing that stands out in this uniform, like, at all to me. Like, I think literally the only thing in this entire uniform that I could call semi-unique is the fact that, wait, is that, yeah, I guess is the fact that there's like skin showing here and skin showing here, because that's not what you would see in like a normal like biker suit. And I mean, yeah, obviously the zipper here, but like, really, other than that, that's it. And even the zipper here, I feel like it's just, where does this zipper even end? Like, I'm asking this question for science, but mind you, this is a purely scientific question. but where does this zipper end? Does it? Oh my God, no, dude, this is my. This is my first day back in Genshin, and I'm never gonna escape the wee accusations, I swear. Every time I try to have an innocent moment, some shit like this just has to happen. Oh god. Alright, so fighting spirit, and combat, blah blah blah. Okay. Wait, what is her actual, what's her actual, like, ult burst though? So I know how to get it with fighting spirit and shit, but what does it actually do? Gains 10 Night Soul points and enters the Night Soul's blessing state. Riding her Flame Strider high in the air, she uses a powerful Sunfell Slice against opponents on the ground, dealing a Night Soul aligned AoE pyro damage. What is Night Soul aligned? And entering the Crucible of Death and Life. Wait, that's not what the Crucible of Death and Life is? I thought that this shit did it. What? Hold on, maybe Divine Name Unleashed. The all fire armaments manifest as a ring of searing radiance. The ring follows the current active character and attacks nearby opponents at intervals, dealing Night Soul aligned pyro damage. Oh, so that like ring that appears behind her apparently isn't the Crucible of Life and Death. It's this shit. Ancient Name Unbound. The all fire armaments manifest as a Flame Strider. In this same, okay, all right, I see. Okay. Okay, so apparently there's also a second mode over here. Various actions will no longer consume Night Soul points, and her interruption resistance is increased. Also, the damage dealt by Sunfell oh my god, Sunfell Slice, an ancient name on Bound's normal and charged attacks, is increased based on the amount of fighting spirit. Okay, maybe, I don't, but man, this is mad confusing. Let's go into an actual fight here so I can figure this out, because from what I'm understanding, when I activate the thing, like, basically, like, there's 2 modes, I think? Because it doesn't, like activating the burst doesn't seem like it activates the Crucible of Life and Death. Instead, it basically summons out the Flame Strider, and then we do, like, an AoE attack while on top, while on it, that, like, attacks people on the ground. But I don't see what that has to do with the actual state. So, maybe I'm just completely misunderstanding it. Alright, so we collected all that shit. We now have to defeat some opponents, except I'm not seeing any opponents. Where can I find some people? I'm assuming they're gonna be up here somewhere. Hold on. Where? Yeah, I can't even open the map, so I can't even look at, where I'm supposed to go to kind of kill these guys. Which is annoying, actually. Bruh, anyone over here wants to murder? Usually there's always enemies to find in Genshin, bruh, but there's nobody here that wants to catch these hands. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go to get a proper challenge over here. That definitely was not where I was supposed to go. Bro, where am I supposed to head to fight? I honestly can't tell if I'm just being a little dumb or like what. Cause I'm not seeing anything all the way down there, and sure, there are like these little orbs over here that I need to, I assume I need to collect, right? Or do I not need to collect these? It still says 4 out of 12. So I guess I don't have to collect it. I'm so very confused. I'm literally so very, very confused. Wait, is it because we already collected those? Is that what's happening? Do we have to collect these new ones? Okay, alright, I see. So we follow down this path, and then apparently collecting the ones we already did won't count. Alright, I see, I get it. So we just have to collect the new ones then. And hopefully this will lead me to some actual enemies, because otherwise I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. Also, it is not lost on me on how beautiful this area looks. I'm not exactly sure where I am right now, so I'm trying not to comment on it. But like, god damn, this area. Okay, no, alright, let's take a moment to comment on it, because this shit looks so nice. God damn, this shit looks so nice. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, I actually really, oh, now look at that scene right there, bruh. That shit is so scenic. This right here could straight up be a thumbnail all by itself. Like, I'm not even kidding, this shit could be a thumbnail. Can I take a, no, oh, bro, I can't even take a picture. Damn, that's so sad. That could have been a thumbnail right there, but all by itself, just by how beautiful the scenic background was. Alright, we should, I see the last two. I wonder, is it a ways to activate the motorcycle? Oh, damn, we're actually quite a bit faster on this thing than we are. If I attack, okay, whoa, what the hell? Bruh, dude. I can pull wheelies. No, that's actually goddamn awesome. Bro, I can just pull out infinite wheelies. Oh my god. No. I think this makes the choice for me. I have to get Maeve, bro. I have to get her because of the infinite wheelies alone. Alright. Oh, look at that, bro. I wonder if the stake went out because of the water or if it just happened to be coincidentally timed. Regardless, though. So, I'm pretty sure we have to fight these guys, although I don't, is that man wearing a duck mask? He is wearing a duck mask. I don't know how to feel about this. Is that a duck mask or is that just a hat? Nah, bro, that's a full-on mask. Why? Well, what's the other mask the dude is wearing? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the hell that thing is, but like, it can't be sillier than a duck. That thing's a straight up duck, bro. That thing's a duck with googly eyes. I'm trying not to laugh too loud because my entire family's asleep. But that thing's a duck with googly eyes. That is so stupid.
Exploration and trials.
That's so dumb. All right, okay. Let's see how this works. Oh my god. Oh my god. What just happened? Shit just happened, and I I don't... What? Did I just activate a skill and accidentally one-shot the entire enemy team? I'm actually speechless. Like no joke, I am speechless. That shit feels too OP. Oh my god. This should not be allowed. Wait, can I? Oh my god, I can perform infinite wheelies. dude, this is... I'm not even like... I'm literally not even using my brain right now. I'm just mindlessly spam clicking and I'm killing everything. This is the perfect character for me. Who needs brains and like elemental reactions and shit? Nah, I just spam click and murder everything. That is so goddamn awesome. That's so... Bro, that is actually... Okay, I've got to get Maeve, bro. I have to get Maeve. I'm going to be so disappointed if I don't get Maeve. Maeve is actually so badass. Alright. Character description. Citlali's elemental skill creates an opal shield based on her elemental mastery, dealing cryo damage in an area and restoring night soul points. If Citlali has at least... I think night soul points are probably like the special ability of like the new region, because from what I understand, every region has its own sort of like special like special aspect or something, right, that makes the characters more unique. So I assume night soul points are like the thing from the newest region, because if I understand correctly, Maeve is basically a character from a region that just got on like released in this update. I might be wrong about that, but that's from what I understand. I've been trying to avoid spoilers, so like what I understand is actually very little. But if that's the case, then that's what I assume, because I haven't seen night soul points in any of the other characters I've had to try out. So I'm just gonna assume that it's from the new region. If Citlali has at least 50 night soul points, she'll continuously consume points to create a frostful storm that follows the character around and deals damage to surrounding opponents. Her elemental burst... Wait, hold on. How does she get night soul points though? Okay. And restoring night soul points. Okay, so elemental opal shield based on her elemental mastery dealing cryo damage. Okay, so the skill restores her night soul points, and then if she has enough of them, she can create basically an infinite snowstorm. And then her elemental burst creates an icicle storm that bombards the area ahead, dealing AoE cryo damage and summoning spirit vessel skulls to nearby opponents that deal AoE cryo damage after a short time. The ice storm and the spirit vessel skulls were... Okay, so this also restores night soul points. Also, I'm really interested to see what the skulls look like. Skulls and like necromantic aspects I always have found very, very cool. So I'm hoping this looks badass. Although her design looks kind of goofy, so I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think it's gonna be badass, so it's kind of disappointing. While her elemental skill is active, after nearby party members trigger frozen or melt, the opponent affected by that reaction will have their pyro and hydro resistance decreased by 20. Ooh. Trigger frozen or melt. Bruh, she's basically a perfect combo with Maeve. They both use night soul points, and then the melt, but nah, okay. I mean, any fire character, sure, but I feel like she would synchronize pretty well with Maeve as well. Holding jump will have Citlali consume, I don't know what this is. I think it's from, I don't even remember where. Somebody told me that this was the special aspect of a region, but I can't remember the name of the region. It might have been Leo. I don't think so. I don't think it was Leo, but it was definitely somewhere. To leave even higher, so you can expend, yes, this word right here, and just she can expend unpronounceable words and stamina in midair to launch charged attacks. To facilitate experiencing the character's elemental burst and night soul blessing state. Additional... Okay, alright. Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to... Yeah, bro, look at this. It looks so... Wait, hold on. Bro, am I crazy? Hold on, bro. She... Her eyes looked... I'm so very confused. I'm actually so... What the hell is on the... Where did she get the plushie? Okay, I'm like very confused, because in here, this... Bruh, even in the character screen, this looks like kind of a like cold or like detached expression, right? Like, look at this. But then like she had that weird plushie... I'm so confused with this character. I feel like there's lore that I'm just not getting. And it makes sense for everybody else. Because, like, at one moment, she looks very detached. And when she looks, like, cold and detached, this entire ensemble actually kind of works. But then shit like this happens. And she has, like, a little smile. And, like, her eyes are, like, slanted. And now she's all cutesy. And I think the design is stupid again. Like, I just... It's incredible with, like, a simple expression. Yeah, look at that, bro. And then she's right back to, like, this cold, detached shit. And then the design looks awesome. And then as soon as she goes cutesy again, I'm like, nah, this design is garbage. It's incredible what a single expression, like, what difference a single expression can make. I did not mean... that's not what I meant to do. I clicked the wrong button. But okay, I guess we get to experience the shield already. And then, what the hell is that little shark plushie? Wait, are her oh my god, is her abilities a bunch of plushies? I'm gonna be mad. Instead of yeah, okay, so if I... Is her attack throwing out plushie? Her attack is to... Okay, that's cool. The charged attack is cool, but she's chucking plushies at people. Why? Is she... Bro, you got one character who's literally a badass on a motorcycle, and then you have... You have, like, a girl who throws plushies at why? Like, the motorcycle was already a little, immersion breaking. And, like, I get that these are, like, enhanced plushies, but the fact that she's throwing plushies, it's just... It's so... I'm sorry, if I died by somebody who threw magical plushies at me, I think I'd have to commit suicide. I think I'd actually just have to end it, because, like, nah, there's no way somebody's gonna throw magical plushies at me and then I'm just gonna die. That's literally impossible. But, I was told that if I... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to, like, activate the flight that I was told I could do if I jump and hold the, yeah, there we go. So she summons a plushie to fly on as well. Okay. I guess the name of the game with this girl is plushies. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because I said I was stupid, and I still kind of think it's stupid. But, like, even though I think the cutesy design makes the design overall worse, I actually think that if they had just kept the cutesy design, it would have worked better, because her ability is literally throwing plushies. Like, I personally do not like the cutesy expression on this character, but if her ability is to throw plushies, then it should have been her default from the start. Like, you should not have given her, like, this cold, detached expression. Again, there might be lower reasons behind this, but, like, this expression right here, she looks kind of badass right now. I'm not gonna lie. But, like, this detached kind of expression with the gradient on the eyes, it makes the entire, like, design come together. It actually looks really, really good. But if you were gonna make her cutesy anyway, then, like, or at least if you were gonna make her ability to just throw plushies, I would have just kept the cutesy, like, expression as the default, and then I would have just, like, changed the design a little bit, because the design does not look that good with the cutesy expression on her face. It looks out of place. Like, again, maybe there's lower reasons for this, but, like, there's also a chance there is, sir, are you gonna try to kill me? Yes, you are. Okay, cool, gotcha. Okay, so what is this again? This lets me do an infinite, like, thing, right? I don't actually, hold on, I don't actually know what this does. I don't know what I'm doing. This character's not as easy as me, where I can just spam shit. I have no idea what I just did. Okay, so activate a shield, and it'll, hold on. The opal shield's damage absorbs and scales on elemental master and absorbs cryo damage. When deployed, it'll affect, caused briefly be affected by cryo. Okay. After using the scale, gains 24, and enters Night Soul Blessing state. When leaves the field, Citlali, will follow the character, has at least enters Opal Fire state and continuously consumes. Okay, I see. Alright, so the shield basically powers up the plushie, and if the plushie has... Okay, so yeah, she triggers a shield, and then that basically gives us, like, Night Soul points, and then if we have enough Night Soul points, it'll power up the plushie, which will allow it to basically continuously barrage people with the ice element. So... yeah, okay, so right now he's angry, and he's causing, like, a storm, I see. And then, what is her ult? I'm already realizing that she's much more of a support character than Mave or whatever. So I'm gonna actually have to rely on elemental reactions for this. Summons allies from the starry skies and vast earth, hurling forth an ice storm to bombard the area in front of her and deal Night Soul aligned AoE cryo damage. This restores a set amount of Night Soul points for Citlali and also summons a near a maximum of 3 opponents with an AoE. 1 skull for each opponent. Explode after some time. Okay, so yeah, see, basically it's just a really good cryo and shield person. Okay, so let me move out of this then. Do I have a good fire character on this team? Wind, Cry. Oh, Kaya, man, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? And then Pyro. What? What? No. I must. I think my game is glitching because there ain't no way this dude is named Game. Did this man just put on a Chinese dragon? Damn it, you can't have a Chinese dragon. It was just actually kind of cool looking. And then be called Gaming. I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry. I don't care how cool your ability looks. Your name is Gaming. This literally just reinforces my point that everybody in Genshin had horrible parents who gave them horrible names. I swear to God. Bestial Ascent? Oh no, that shit sounds cool. Alright, hold on. Wushu are sleeping high into the air after coming into contact with a target after gaming. His name is Gaming. After gaming, I can't. It's so stupid. After gaming, his bestial ascent to rise into the air. If he immediately uses a plunging attack, he will use the especially powerful plunging attack Charmed Cloud Strider instead. Wait, what? Into the leaping high into the air after. Oh, I see. They're coming with a target or a surface. Okay. Alright, the damage from plunging attacks caused by bestial is converted to pyro. Ooh. Upon landing, wait. Cannot be overridden by other elemental infusion. Wait, no. Elemental infusions are different from reactions, right? So that basically means it just can't be blessed to a different element. So, like, for example, if he attacked with a broadsword and he was standing in Chongyun's bubble, or like his Chongyun circle, it wouldn't matter because it couldn't be overridden. Upon landing, gaming will consume. Upon landing, PlayStation. That's how dumb the name is to me, bruh. Upon landing, Xbox. Upon landing, PC will consume. Like, it's just so stupid of a name. Will consume. Every time I see the capitalization reminding me it's a name, I just can't. Will consume a fixed amount of HP. Gaming's HP cannot be. It hurts. I'm laughing so much it hurts. Cannot be reduced below 10% by this method. Alright. Then what the hell is this? Briefly apply Pyro to him, recovering a fixed amount of HP, and summons his companion, I can't even pronounce that shit, to smash his target, dealing AoE Pyro. After banishing his target, will roll to a nearby location before moving towards gaming. When it links up with gaming, will leave the field and reset cooldown. Ooh. Or when he will summon again. Okay, that's cool. Okay, alright. So what I'm gonna do is AoE Ice, and then switch to Fire. Do this. Oh, I did not. Okay, that's embarrassing. I didn't realize it would immediately launch me to the air. I mean, I knew it was. I just didn't expect it to do it so soon. And then do that. And then, alright. So I had the cooldown reset. Oh my god. I may have the cooldown reset, but I'm also getting my ass handed to me. Oh, and we're dead. Okay, that's great. That's not great. I mean, hold on. I don't even have to read this character's abilities because it's wind, so I can just use a bunch of swirl tactics. Maybe. This is going really horribly because I didn't read the skills originally, and so now I'm struggling. God damn it. If I had just read her skills initially, I could have comboed her with the flame dude, and then there's no way I would have lost. Instead, me being the big idiot that I was, decided not to read what their abilities were. Oh, bro, now I gotta fight more titans. This is gonna be very fun, I can tell. All right, let me go like this, and then come on, bro. Oh my god, bro, that's stupid. That is actually dumb. Let's just, yeah, there we go. Thankfully, Wind Girl here actually has some goddamn actually doing a little bit of damage here, which is nice. I don't know how she's healing is the main thing. Like, I don't really know how Citlali is healing, because like at this point she should absolutely kind of be dead, but she's not. So I don't know. I don't really know. Somehow she's not dead. All right, let's AOE ice and then some wind attacks here as well. Come on. All right, both are dead. There we go. See, you don't really need to understand how this game works so long as you spam shit sometimes. No, not all the time, but most of the time. that is really horrible advice. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Oh, God. Come on, and then the ult. Yeah, I literally... What's funny is I still don't know what this wind character does. I'm just spamming her wind abilities and hoping it works out for the best. I'm not paying attention at all how this works, dude. All right, no, you stay away from me, sir. You stay away. You stay very far away from me, please. Where are you going to, sir? Why are you here? Bro, man, really? Was like, no, I've had enough of this shit. I'm done being bullied by a person who has no idea what his own skills do. I'm just gonna run off the edge. All right, bro, come on. Dude, if you want to end this so badly, I will help you. Oh my God, not you too. Yo, this is... How did this fight turn out this way? Like, I feel like this shouldn't have happened, but it has. And actually, no, you know what? This is exactly what was always meant to happen. Yeah, this makes sense. Oh, by the way, hold on. You know what? Kaya exists, I guess. Yeah, Kaya also kind of exists. So let me just kind of spam his skills a little bit. Let me go with like ice, and then there we go as well. Switch to wind, which is nice. Her ult is also almost up here, so there we go. Switch to Kaya, because why the hell not? Because apparently his ult is also up. I'm literally not playing good at all right now, but it's fine, because somehow I still won. I should not have won this. I'm gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. I should not have won this. I have to collect one last thing. Where is it? What? Is it in the sky somewhere? Where am I supposed to go? Bro, what? It says I haven't collected all the orbs, but it's not showing me where the next orb is. I mean, okay, let me backtrack here. See if I can find it anyway. Bro, do not tell me I spend all that time killing those goddamn titans only for the game to be like, yeah, not enough. Like, is there a way to get inside of this? Pause. Is there a way to like absorb this orb? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, I need the final spark, and it's not here apparently. What am I supposed to do? Bro, I don't want to go back and redo this whole fight because this shit was kind of mad boring. I mean, sure, it's because I didn't read any of the skills, but at the same time, I'm really not having a lot of fun with this character. Like I'm sure she's great and all that, but I actually much prefer Maeve's style of just mindless spam with no brain cell utilization whatsoever. It was much more fun to do. Yeah, I'm not seeing the flaming orbs, bro. I'm really not seeing the flaming orbs. I will sit up here and I'll try to like swoop down and see if I can like, I don't know, like see if I can kind of like just, oh, hold on, I see the final orb. There we go. See, this is what happens when you never quit. I guess it's kind of like a motivational. Oh, yay! There we go. We did it. That was super easy, and we didn't waste any of our time, and we did everything perfectly. And we're the best. This is. I'm not gonna lie. I started recording with like no plans or ideas of how this episode would go, and I think it's gone. Perfectly. I think this is exactly like how all of our Genshin episodes go. All right, y'all. Let's just do a 10 times roll for Maeve and see if we can actually get her. I don't know, man. I have no confidence getting anything good anymore. This game has crushed my confidence of getting good shit. So I don't really expect to get Maeve. So I'm just kind of seeing who we do get here. I mean, bro, how crazy would it be if we actually get Maeve, though, right? But I don't really hold much hope for that. I mean, yeah, bro, it wasn't. That's crazy. It wasn't even a person. Nah, that's actually, bro. We got all weapons. We didn't even get a character. We got all weapons. 1 4-star, bro. That's wow. Wow, bro. The game did me so dirty. I didn't even get a character. That's crazy. That's actually some crazy level of disrespect. And you know what's even worse? The 4-star thing that I got was a bow. Does this game understand how much I fucking hate bow characters? And it gave me a bow? Bro, I swear to God, this game hates my ass. Like, that shit is actually so stupid. Where the hell is this 4-star bow at, bro? There it is. Okay, let me see here. After damaging an opponent with an elemental skill, the skill has a 40% chance to end its own cooldown. Ooh, that one's not bad, bro. That one's actually really, really not bad, especially for a character like what's her name? Like, whatever, Fischl, there we go. Especially with a character like Fischl, or hell, even Amber. These are not that bad, actually. I mean, this is a really good bow, but I still would not have wanted to get a bow. I mean, bro, would it have been so horrible to give me a goddamn spear, bro? I'm really missing, like, a good spear. And the game still has not really obliged me here, which is really goddamn annoying. But alright, it is what it is. Let's go on and then claim up the daily commissions for today, while I kind of talk about what I have been up to. So, some of y'all may not notice, but after I finished high school, I decided to take like a year off, maybe like almost 2 years, and work on something that I had wanted to do for a while. And that is, I decided that I wanted to become an author. And so I basically took like a year off, a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around that time frame, right? And I worked on laying the foundations, the lore, like the power system, the levels, all that shit. And it's a lot more challenging than me, even for like being an author is already difficult, but for me it was especially challenging because if you guys haven't heard the story before, basically the speedrun version of it is my school system basically horribly failed me. They didn't actually teach me how to spell in pre-K or kindergarten, and in the first grade they actually tried to put me basically in like a retarded class because they were like, he doesn't know how to spell, he's clearly retarded. And it's like, y'all literally didn't teach me. And so I had to learn how to spell my own name and shit in the span of like a day. And when I mean a day, I mean like literally like a night or so. Like I spent the entire day at home. I still remember this, like crying because I couldn't fucking get it. I felt fucking stupid. And my mom like trying to help me and like all this shit. It was a real mess. And basically that placed me on the back foot for like the rest of my life in terms of spelling. And also punctuation, because the way it was explained to me, and when I tell you guys this, you guys will kind of understand how like badly of a hand I was dealt. I was once told by my teacher who was like explaining to me how to use periods, and they told me specifically, you use a period whenever you need to take a breath. Now here's the thing, I already talk fast, but when I was younger, I actually talked about like 5 times as fast as I currently do, which means that in the span somebody would be able to like get a sentence or 2 out without taking a breath, I would like be able to finish 6 or 7 sentences without taking a breath. And so what that led is to me writing out basically entire paragraphs and not having a single period, because like I'm not taking a breath, so why would I need to like put a period, right? And it wasn't until like the 4th or like 5th grade or something that like I was assigned to like a special like support group or something, where like they were trying to teach kids who like were having trouble with the English language, whether it was punctuation or spelling, or even people who straight up didn't speak English because it wasn't their first language. And they were basically just trying to teach us how to kind of work. And so spelling got a little better, even to this day, there's a lot of things that I do that I know that are wrong, but like they've just become habits. So for example, I never write a lowercase a. So it doesn't matter if it's like the start of a new sentence or it's in the middle of a sentence. If there's an A, it's always going to be capitalized. Because that's just like I said, I never had learned properly how to spell. And so I had to it was hard enough trying to learn how to like write all of these letters. So for me as a kid, I learned how to write it the uppercase way, and then I've just always been writing it that way ever since ever since I basically could write. And obviously that's wrong, but that's just, it is what it is. And I know there's a lot of backstory about this, but it's also the first time that I'm talking about this in detail on this channel. I've talked about it here and there. Mostly I made some Discord posts about it and shit like that. I've maybe given some like vague hints on videos, but I've never sat down and fully explained it all. And I made sort of not really a New Year's resolution, but like, cause honestly I kind of but like it just, okay, sorry, as you guys can see, I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little embarrassing for me to talk about this, and I've actually talked about this recently with, I think it was with my mods for like my admin group in the Discord. And I think I was actually talking about this, where it's easier for me to like post like what I already have done of the book than to talk about like my process or wanting to be an author or any of that, because it's just way more embarrassing. But because I want to be serious. I also want you guys to hold me accountable. So that's why I'm kind of going on a little bit more of a background rant than you guys really need. But basically, oh, it's this dude again. Okay. Basically, I didn't really know like how to spell or grammar or stuff like that, which you wouldn't probably believe if you checked any of my English like mountainside, any of my like English papers or like English assignments or anything like that, because I only scored high 90s or hundreds, right? At the very, very worst is like high 80s. And the reason for that is because even though my grammar and spelling sucked, I was always really good with word choice and like sentence structure. Well, not sentence structures, but like I was really good at like making strong arguments and convincing points and shit like that. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a lawyer, so I was always very like, and I was always very like argumentative anyway, and I was always very opinionated. So for me, it was very, very easy to like read something and like break it apart. So whenever we had those like assignments, I was like, oh, give your reason why this should be the case. It didn't matter if I was on the side of like what like the opposite of what I believed. I could still make a convincing argument, and I was always very good at it. I actually had like a 2-3 grade advantage on my reading and writing level. Well, not writing level, but my reading level. Obviously my writing level was shit. Grammar and all that was horrible for me. But I always passed my like tests with like very, very high grades because of that. And so basically I took this like year and a half, almost 2 years off, and I had to teach myself basically the basics. Like I remember I spent months straight up just reviewing grammar. Like I had a site on my like saved on my bookmarks or something that was like just straight up grammar and like a detailed explanation of like when to use periods, when to use commas, all that shit. And like I tried to study it, and like every day I would just go back to it, and I would like write like examples and shit like that, and I would like go back and try to like reference the reference. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what it's used for. But oh wait, hold on, is he not? Okay, he is still technically combat logged with me. All right, let me bird and then giant raccoon, and goodbye, sir. I just watched that man get flambeed by a raccoon. Actually, wait, is he a raccoon or is he a red panda? Hold on, I'm gonna have to. All right, so draw out. Let me see here. I think that's a red panda. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a very, very chubby red panda. That is that's like a mix between like a red panda and a bear cub. But anyway, So like I had to like take a bunch of time off to like teach myself the basics and stuff, and then I started like laying down the groundwork and stuff, and then I started writing last year, like the actual chapters and stuff, and I actually well I didn't even start writing last year. I started writing like the year before that, 2023, towards like the end of like, or I guess I would say like the middle of 2023. But the issue is, and you guys probably already know this about me, is that I'm kind of a perfectionist. So I was very dissatisfied. To be fair, I look back at some of my earlier work, like in the past like 8 days or something, and I was very embarrassed by how horribly it was put together. But so I guess past me kind of had a little bit of but not credit, but had a little bit of proper reasoning. But regardless, I would constantly write a chapter and then be dissatisfied with how it was and delete the whole thing and start all over again. And I was stuck in this loop where I wanted my shit to be perfect and I couldn't get it to be perfect. And I just, and every rendition was getting better, but it was getting better by like very marginal amounts, right? So like I was just stuck in this loop where I wasn't ever really getting any progress done, and sure, like what I actually had done was getting better and better, but like it doesn't matter how good one chapter is if it's one chapter. And I actually had a little bit of therapy like last year. It did not end very well. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was kind of betrayed, which is just about par for the course for me in therapy. But before that happened, she actually did help me deal with some issues, and one of them was my perfectionism. And I started writing again afterwards, and for those who don't know, I'm working on 2 books, but like one of them is what I'm actually currently working on, and the second one is just something that I have some ideas for and shit, and something that I want to eventually like get like published and shit after the first one. It's like actually in a solid place, but it's just something that I have some ideas for. But basically one of them is called Supreme Paragon's Odyssey, and that is the one that I'm currently working on actively. And then the second one is called Chimera King of Predators, and that's basically the one that I have a bunch of ideas for, but I'm not really sure where to start it or like anything like that. I have like the power system for it worked out, and I have the like the background, like the story background, like and stuff like that, like lore wise. But I honestly don't have enough time to split between like 2 books or whatever. And so whenever I find myself stuck on chapters of Supreme Paragon's Odyssey, I do go and work on Chimera King of Predators a little bit, because it helps me clear my mind, and that way I still feel productive even though I'm like working on something else. And basically, for those who don't know, I basically made a deal with my Discord channel, and for those of you guys who are interested in reading the book and everything like that, which by the way, when I say I want to like publish my book and stuff, I'm not talking about like Amazon publishing or stuff. I mean that's down the line, right? For those who are kind of like aren't very experienced in this like world of like online authors or like online reading or novels and shit like that. The way it usually works is basically the book starts as a web novel, which means that instead of releasing like a chapter that's like dozens of pages or like several dozens of pages, right, and that's like thousands of words, a chapter is actually just released every day or every like or bi-daily or like every week or something like that, right? And it's usually a few thousand words, and that just goes on for like year, 2 years, whatever, and eventually you have a bunch of chapters. And by doing this and releasing it on sites like Royal Road or web novel and shit like that, the books are able to gain their own like fandom and their own like fans and traction and stuff like that. And basically with that like like fan base and that support and stuff, you're able to go to real publishers like Amazon, for example, or like even other companies, and you're able to go like, hey, this is what my this is how much my book like is being read every single day. This is how many new readers. This is how many have been reading since day one. This is the total reads. This is like the ranking of like the website that I'm using, whatever. Like you basically are able to show that your like book actually or like your idea and your book actually has merit, and then you take that and you turn it from a web novel to a light novel, which is basically like it's basically just a normal book at that point, but it's just edited professionally and stuff like that. And that's usually the progression course for like web novels and stuff. Although it doesn't always have to be officially published, there's also like a couple of alternative options, but like we don't really have to talk about those because they're not directly relevant to why I wanted to bring this up in the first place. I just wanted people to understand that like when I say I'm writing a novel, I don't mean it's gonna be years before people get to see anything of it. Technically, I can already start releasing chapters right now because I already have a couple done. But when I say I have a couple done, I mean I literally have a couple done. I have 3 chapters done. I'm currently on chapter 4. And you guys have to remember, I said I started like officially like, oh goddamn, bruh, how is she already dead? Okay, hold on. Let me actually focus for a second here because I don't want to keep dying. There we go. And then yeah, second one dead. Where's the third? Oh, third one's already dead. Okay, cool.
Especially good for keeping an eye on things.
So let me just grab this real quick. Do that. Okay, so anyway, where was I in this tale of woe? In this tale of woe. All right. So, I've officially finished 3 chapters, and I'm currently in chapter 4 of the prologue. I don't necessarily know exactly how many chapters of the prologue there are going to be. I think somewhere around like 8 or 10, somewhere around there. I basically made a deal with my Discord channel for anyone who was kind of curious or wanted to read or whatever. What I was gonna do is every time I finish a prologue chapter, I was gonna send it off to like my admin team so that they can kind of read it and give me like any pointers or just see if it was something they were interested in or whatever. And then basically once I was done with all the prologue chapters, I would go ahead and release them to my like my audience, right? So like on Discord, on YouTube, stuff like that. And then afterwards I would begin writing the normal chapters and basically like creating a backlog. And once I had that backlog set up, I would go ahead. Yeah, there's no point in doing swirl with fire because it's already fire. That was a dumb move. It's fine though, because I can do this and then I can. They're all kind of fire, so I don't really. Damn, this is a really horrible setup for me. I can't really do much. I mean, even this attack is also fire. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here other than more birds, I guess. Burbs are the way. In fact, burbs are the only way because I don't know what the hell else I'm supposed to do in this situation. It's all fire and I don't really... I don't even have a good physical damage dealer because I don't even have Chongyun on the team, bro. Alright, it is what it is, it's fine. As long as there aren't more... Okay, I mean, these are still fire plants, but I don't think they have fire attributed on them. Yeah, look at that, they don't, which is good, because it means we can actually hit them with Wind Swirl. I mean, apparently not if they keep going on their goddamn ground. Alright, hold on, let me... I'll continue this story in a second. I just really want to kill these goddamn things, because they're really annoying. There we go. Aw, damn it, dude, it created a fire swirl instead of a lightning swirl. I was trying to have the bird taint the tornado before the spirit of God tainted by the fire, and I couldn't do it fast enough. Oh, bro, no, you way too close. Man, goddamn creep. Who the hell gave you the permission to pop out the ground right next to me? I'm getting a restraining order on your ass. Hello, goodbye. Oh wow, come on, bro, that didn't kill it. That's actually crazy. I actually thought it was gonna die there, but okay. All right. So, anyway, as I was saying. I basically finished 3 chapters officially. I'm on chapter 4 right now, and I've been stuck on chapter 4 for almost half a year now. And along this like last half a year, basically my confidence was a little all over the place because, as I mentioned, I basically spent a very long period of time dealing with my perfectionism issues, where I was just basically forced to continuously write and then delete and then write and then delete. And I I wasn't sure if like it was happening again, and I just like I was just deluding myself into thinking it wasn't my perfectionism, and I wasn't really sure. So because I basically kept writing and deleting, and for anyone who's like thinking or like curious how much like time I put into this, or how much like information I have or shit like that, here's the thing. I have a Google Doc that's just filled with rough drafts, and it currently has more than 110 pages. And it's font 18, so it's not like super big font or anything like that, right? And even more so than that, that's not the only document that I have. I have 2 other documents that are just filled with rough drafts, or like things that I may not have necessarily liked the way I worded them, but I like the concept behind them, so I saved them so that I could reintroduce it at a later point in the story, or things that I wanted to bring up later on. And like I had it already written for like the explanations or the setting or shit like that, but I didn't necessarily think it fit at that portion in the story, so I've saved it off for later. So I have like basically 3 of those documents. For my unofficial document that's just there for me to basically write down like characters names and species names, and like the power system and the history of the world, and like some details about like how the world works and shit like that. That document is also nearing 100 pages. So I'm definitely not slacking. I'm definitely not like not working on it and then just being like, you know, I'm doing so much work, like, you know what I mean? No, I actually am working really hard, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not getting any progress done. And like I said, along this like past half a year, I want to say, I don't really use Reddit normally. And I started a Reddit account back during when I was playing Warframe, because I wanted to use it as a way to promote my channel and hopefully like attract more viewers. Because this was like right after the War Robots era, where we were losing subs like crazy because I decided to stop playing War Robots. And so I was trying to kind of support the channel's growth and stabilize it and shit. And so I did something that I never did before, and I tried to publicize my my like YouTube channel on other websites and stuff. And so I created a Reddit account for that reason. Well, I also started using Reddit for like writing tips and stuff like that. Not really even writing tips, just like if I needed to like find certain words, or like alternatives for certain words, or like and eventually like Reddit just started like recommending me shit that fit for what I wanted anyway. So like writing recommendations and shit like that. Like I don't think it's called a writing recommendation, but it's called like a writing prompts, right? Where it's like it gives you a little prompt, and you can like write a small chapter or a small insert for it, just to kind of get you warmed up for the day. And I never participated in any of those because I honestly didn't think that I was like I said, I take so long to write chapters and shit, and I keep like rewriting and shit. I didn't think that I would be able to write a chapter for a writing prompt, even if I wanted to, in a fast enough manner, because I kind of felt like I would just be dude, there's a lot of big fire slimes, and I only have lightning here. This is actually this is a bad situation for me. I literally only have lightning is the only thing I can do right now, because wind isn't gonna help, because it's just gonna cause a lightning swirl, which isn't gonna help me at all. Fire isn't gonna help either, and 2 of my characters on the team are fire, so basically literally 3 of my characters are just useless. This is crazy. I should probably switch out this team composition and bring back Chongyun, because this is actually kind of irritating. This is stupid. I really need to get a good physical damage dealer back, dude, because this is so bad. Anyway, fire slime done. Let me do that. Let me then also activate the ult. Switch to Sucrose, do a little hurricane burst. Yeah, there we go. Finally got some nice what's it called? Finally got some nice swirl damage back. Let me just do that real quick, cause I'm not gonna be able to damage the slimes with the AoE burst, so I might as well do it on that little dude. And then thankfully, because they're both super close, I think I can damaging both of them. Yeah, it looks like I'm overloading both of them, which is nice. Come on. This is gonna take forever though. It's so annoying. That's actually so irritating. Oh my god. Is it faster than just spam burst? Like, is this actually faster somehow? Hold on, was I attacking that slime while it was in the air? You know what? I actually kind of forgot that this is an open world game. So whenever the slimes jumped, I just assumed I wouldn't be able to hit them. I didn't think that maybe they're just like out of my my viewpoint, but they're still actually alive. I didn't even consider that. But is that slime now on full HP? Oh my god, bro, it regenerated all the way to full. This is actual torture. This is torture. Okay, anyway. This is such torture, bro. Alright, hold on. If I can, yeah, there we go. I got it in between when it was no longer fire element and finally got a swirl on it. That was nice. So, as I was saying, I basically, like, I wasn't sure, like, if I could write a writing prompt in a decent fashion, like, in a decently reasonable time frame. And the issue with that is if I spent, like, days or weeks on writing a chapter or like responding to a writing prompt or something just for fun, I felt like I would have wasted most of my time. But I saw a writing prompt that actually really caught my attention, and it was basically like you or your character are immortal, and you turn down like you basically are immortal. You've been given immortality as a punishment, right? And basically, you now have the option to have that immortality revoked. So basically, somebody makes you immortal as a punishment, and now you can and now they're coming to be like, you no longer have to be immortal, right? And then you reject. And that was the prompt, and I thought that was a really, really interesting prompt. I thought it was a really, I thought it was a very interesting twist, right? Like, you're being punished with immortality and you reject? Why would you do that? And so I was like, okay, this is actually a really, really cool thing. Like, I kind of really want to try this. And I ended up taking the prompt, and writing it just on my own, like, personal time. And I limited myself to just a day because I didn't want to spend too much time on it. Well, surprise to me, I only spent about 40 minutes of it, and I wrote about 3,000 words. And that 40 minutes was more than I had to spend, actually. I could have gotten it done in 20, but I spent time revising it after I finished writing it to choose some better words, change my phrasing a little bit, shit like that. And basically what ended up happening, or what that ended up meaning or showing to me, is that I don't necessarily have to spend days or weeks or whatever on writing chapters. And so that I had to ask myself, okay, well then why am I spending so much time writing singular chapters? And I kind of realized the issue, and it's that I have spent so much time working on the lore. I have literal pages and pages of lore. I have spent so much time trying to be as detailed about this world as possible that now that I finally have a chance to share my creation with other people, I'm struggling in oversharing. Like, I realized that the reason I kept revising it was because I was struggling between, like, show don't tell, which for those who don't know is basically the #1 rule of, like, writing, where instead of showing someone instead of like telling someone something, it's better to show it through character interaction because it makes it more interesting. And an example is like you could, for example, you could have a character meet like another character, okay? And you like could write as the narrator, right? That this other character, like character B, is so powerful they could murder an entire nation in a second, right? Or you could show it. You could set up a situation where character A observes character B wiping out a nation or some shit, right? How am I supposed to get out of this? Again, I kind of don't remember how I'm supposed to get out of this. I don't think the option is just. I don't think I'm just supposed to sit here and die. But you know what? It's okay because this man's already dead. Yeah, man got combo womboed into oblivion. That's crazy. But I was basically struggling because like this is kind of the prologue, and in the prologue, this isn't really a spoiler, but the character isn't even born yet. The main character isn't even born yet because the prologue are the events surrounding his birth. Because so basically a lot of events happen that set up the rest of the story, and one event in particular sets up his foundation for everything else he's gonna do in the story. There's this certain pill that he's fed as an infant to keep him alive, and that pill basically reacts to a special, like something unique that he was born with, and it allows him to set up the foundations for everything else that's gonna happen. And when I mean everything, I mean every time there's gonna be a big event, you can think back and you can be like, it all stems from this one chance interaction. And I've set it up in a way where I really hate like how in other like books or stories and stuff like that, the main character seems to always like win just because of plot armor. So this is how much like detail I've put into this book. I even set up a system where like lucky encounters and fate and destiny and shit like that, all of that is like regulated by actual in real life rules. So I have like an overall plot direction that I want the story to take, but other than that, I'm not pre-planning any encounters. Instead, I'm going to set up a dice rolling system where like almost like D&D, but that way that like luck is actually luck based. So if the main character runs into any lucky encounters or whatever, it's because it's straight up luck, and every time he has a lucky encounter, it takes away from his destiny. In other words, every time he gets lucky, it has less chances for him to be lucky. So, and that's not just for him, it's for every character in the story, even villains. So a villain could just get lucky out of nowhere and just like end up getting a win over the main character, right? And I'm doing this in a way to keep the story interesting, but at the same time, I'm just gonna keep it a buck at the same time. The main character is kind of overpowered. Besides like the beginning first couple arcs, the main character is just gonna I don't even want to say, bro. I don't even want to say. I just want to let it speak for itself. The main character is gonna pull off some bullshit, alright? He's gonna pull off some bullshit. There's gonna be so many moments in this story where main character just face slaps everyone, and it's gonna be so good. But like I spent the a lot of months working on chapter 4 and really struggling between oversharing information, and because I want this like specific medicine that he's fed to be impactful, but for it to be impactful, people need to understand why it's so much special, so much more special than like other forms of medicine, right? Because like I basically like saying like the very beginning of chapter 4 that it's like the #1 like healing medicine in the world of this story, and it's also rated in the top 10 of like medicinal pill, or not medicinal pills, sorry, alchemic pills in general, right? But like that doesn't really mean much for like somebody who doesn't have any idea what an alchemic pill even is, right? And so like I had to set up the set up some general descriptions of like how pills work and shit like that. But at the same time, I want to go so much deeper into it and shit. And so I spent the last like I started working on this I think on the 30th or the 31st. I can't quite remember. But ever since, I've literally spent like 24 hours ever since I wake up all the way till I go to sleep, just working on this shit. And I'm almost done with it. I have about 3,000 words in right now. I think the chapter will probably be done somewhere around like 4,000 maybe. So I'm almost done. I got through the really complicated parts, right? So and for instance, right, I'm still not doing a perfect job balancing show and don't tell. Like, I'm still finding myself oversharing things that I find really interesting and really, really cool because of how much detail I put into it, but things that don't need to be shared at that particular moment. For example, I just removed 800 words yesterday and saved them like for later because it's just not relevant. It's not important right now. Like I spent so much time. Like I literally spent all of yesterday well, not yesterday, sorry, but my time frame is all weird because I haven't slept. But the day before yesterday, just working on those 800 words, trying to get them as perfect as possible because I knew how I wanted the system to work, but I couldn't. Like, I knew how I wanted it to work, but I was having trouble describing it because it was so goddamn complicated. And then I finally spent the entire day, finally managed to describe it in a way that even a child would be able to understand, only to reread that little segment and be like, this is really good, and I'm really satisfied by how it's, like, written, but it's not needed. Like, this is just, like, there's a difference between an info dump and like an unnecessary info dump, and I'm trying to keep it, yes, it's an info dump chapter for sure, but it has to be relevant. This information has to be directly relevant to what's happening. And so I've been kind of trying to struggle with that a little bit, but I spent basically the last 8 days working on chapter 4, and like I said, I managed to do that like Reddit word prompt in like half an hour, 40 minutes, and get basically a full chapter out. So and here's the thing, I know exactly how I want the story to go after the prologue, and basically for the entire first like mini arc of the story, because basically you know how I said like luck and everything in this story is actually very like actual luck based because of the way the world's like rules actually work. It's not just like the characters in the book also understand the way luck works and shit like that. So when they get a lucky encounter, they're not like, oh, I got so lucky. No, they understand exactly how luck works and shit. So the characters in the story can take actions to increase their luck by like winning contests or beating other people or whatever, because that allows them to absorb some of their destiny, which increases their ability to utilize luck. It's very complicated, it's very detailed. Like I said, I've spent so much time working on just like the way the various systems of this world works. Cause I don't think I mentioned it in this video yet, but this is a story based off of Wuxia novels, which for those who don't know is basically novels based off of Chinese like culture and mythology compared to like Western culture. So like it's instead of like wizards and like knights from like more Western sort of like fantasy media, it's more so like immortals and gods, right? It's a little bit of a difference for how the world works and shit like that. I got really into it, but I basically in that like year and a half, 2 years that I took off and tried to like teach myself how to actually be a proper author, one of the things that I did was actually start reading books, which before that like year and a half, 2 years, I was not doing. I wasn't really reading books. I was watching a lot of anime, but not reading books. I actually started reading books specifically because I wanted to be an author, and I fell in love with books in the process, and I now officially read dozens, if not hundreds, of novel chapters a day from various novels. I read everything, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm really enjoying the genre as well. Right now I'm reading for anyone who wants a good book suggestion to kind of get them introduced to the genre. I would absolutely recommend reading Beyond the Timescape. I'm reading it right now. It is so good. It is so good. I mean, oh my god. It's definitely a generic cultivation book, but it is so good, dude. I am so glad I found this shit, because I was kind of bored. I couldn't find another good cultivation book, and then I found this shit, and now I'm like super happy. But like I read this shit constantly, right? And so I'm in love with the genre, but at the same time, there's a lot of shit about the genre that pisses me off. So for instance, like cultivating, cultivating, probably a lot of you don't even know what that means. Cultivating just means like leveling up, for instance, like using using a Western term to kind of explain it. Cultivating is just like leveling up, really. That's what it is. If like in if in Western media you have to absorb mana, which from like around you to like become a stronger mage, then in Eastern Eastern culture, instead of absorbing mana, you absorb ki to grow stronger. It's like it's really a difference of a word, but it's basically the exact same thing. It's just a mystical energy that fills the world, and by absorbing it into your body, you can grow stronger. It's really very basically the same principle, just a different word. And one of the things that always pissed me off is that growing the soul and like cultivating or like leveling up the soul has always been, it's basically a trope in every, it's not even a trope, it's a basic in every single one of the the cultivation stories and shit like that, right? In the same way that mastering different elemental spells would be like something that's considered basic in in what's it called, like in more like Western fantasy books and stuff, or like animes or like whatever, right? I mean anime isn't Western, but y'all understand my point, right? One of the things that's always pissed me off is that like the descriptions for how a person's soul actually grows stronger is so fucking vague. Like it pisses me off, because like I'll be really into the book, and then it'll be like, well, he's now gotten a level stronger, so his soul has grown purer, and it's like, okay, but what does that actually mean though? Like what the fuck does it mean for a soul to grow purer? And then like, how does a soul even grow purer? Like what is it that causes it to grow purer? Or like there'll be moments where it's like, oh, this person's soul has grown, and it's like, what does that actually mean? Or like the soul is stronger, and I'm like, wow, what does that mean? Because like when you refer to a person being stronger, right, it's actually a quantifiable metric. Like if you say a person is stronger, you can examine their punch strength or their muscle like size, or like the amount of muscles they have and stuff like that, and you can sit there and you can actually scientifically quantify how much stronger an individual is, right? But when you say, oh, the soul got stronger, how? Like what has changed that has made it? Like, I'm fine with accepting mystical bullshit explanations of like how or why, but most of the time people don't even bother to add that, and I'm like, why though? Because like bro, they'll spend literally dozens of chapters explaining a character's backstory and nothing for how a person's soul is supposedly getting stronger, especially with so much time. Because like it'll get stronger, and then the main character will just start going around whooping people because he has a stronger soul. And it's like, if you're gonna make it that big of a deal, like at least add some sort of explanation. It's like, and usually one of like the most default explanations is that like, oh, the main character's will has gotten stronger, so because of that his soul is now stronger. Like, what is the correlation between an individual's will and a person's soul, and how exactly does that correlation like actually, how does it make observable differences in actual existence? Like, if a person has a stronger will, okay, first of all, how is that even quantified? But second of all, like, if that's the case, what does having a stronger will even mean? Like what does that actually do for a soul? What does it change it? And usually it's a mix where it's like, oh, he has a stronger soul, he has a stronger will, so now his soul is purer. And it's like, how is it purer? For something to get purer, it means that it has become like more refined, or like it has removed something that inside of it that had made it be considered impure before. But like, nothing actually changes about the soul. So like, what is it actually like? I know this right probably sounds brain dead for people who've never read like this genre and like who do not care, right? But like, I used to have a similar beef when I was younger about like mana and wizards, right? Like wizards would absorb mana and then they cast elemental spells, but there was never an explanation for how that mana transformed into an elemental spell. Like there's just no explanation for it. It just happens. Well, I have mana, and I have a fire affinity, so it turns into fire. How though? Like, what actually happens to the mana to turn it into the fire element? Because those are two very different things. So what actually happens to it on like a structural level to cause it to change? Like, And I'd even be fine for mystical explanations, for mystical bullshit explanations like, well, mana is just an energy that like warps reality, so when somebody applies their will to it, it's able to warp like reality in certain ways. And so if somebody has a fire affinity, when they apply their will to mana, it immediately, like, it instinctively takes the shape of fire, because that's just the element their soul is more attuned to. And so like mana basically they're warping reality in a small little pocket by instilling their will in mana. Like, sure, it's still a pretty bullshit explanation, but at least it's something. At least it's not just you know, it happened. Like, at least it's some sort of explanation. And so like I basically made a I made a promise to myself. Like I said, when I first started this, I don't know if it was the 30th or the 31st or whatever, but when I decided to start working on chapter 4 again, because I had been stuck on this for months, that I was gonna get through this goddamn chapter, and that I was gonna finish these goddamn prologues, because once I finish these goddamn prologues, I will have no excuse. Because here's the thing, once the main character has been like born and is actually introduced into the like world and the story and shit, I won't have to keep explaining shit as the narrator. I'll be able to only reserve explanations for when the main character actually learns shit. I'll be able to actually take a real show don't tell approach. But the issue is that the main character isn't even born yet. The man's literally an infant that just popped out. Like I still have to like set up the basis for the world, the supporting characters, like so shit like that. Like, what actually happens to him as he's developing shit, like I still have to work out all of that, especially because he spends like actually I don't even want to mention this part because it has some negative connotations, because if somebody told me that this was how their main character started out, I probably would not be very excited, but it's also kind of a misnomer because I do it in a special way, so I'm not even gonna mention it. But yeah, I basically made a promise to myself that I was gonna work my ass off and get this to work, and that's what I've been doing for the past 6 days since New Year's. This is what I've been working on. It's why there have been no videos. I'm very sorry. I'm not sick. I mean, I wish I could say I was sick and that I just, you know, like avoided making videos because I was sick. But no, I actually was working day and night on this goddamn novel, and getting it to work and shit like that. I had to spend, to be fair, I had to spend like a full 2 days just like researching human biology. Yeah, the amount of things that I've had to research for this book are starting to... Here's the thing, while I'm doing the research, I'm annoyed. The more I learn about the things that I'm doing research for, like gravity, like light, like black holes, human biology, clothing, for example, because like characters need to wear clothes, and I need to understand how clothes are made, so when certain characters make certain alterations to clothes later in the chapters, I can be like, okay, so this is how it actually works and shit. Like, I want everything to be as realistic as possible, and so because my brain is just very detail oriented about this kind of shit, I'm basically needing to sit there, because like I could have just been like, yeah, people eat pill, like body digests pill has magical effects, person heals, because like that's really the way it's explained in like 90% of the novels that I read. Instead, I sat there and I was like, okay, what does the like digestion system actually look like? How does it work? Like, what are the stages? How does like the body take care of impurities? What the hell are actually impurities? Like, where does the kidney come in? Where does the liver? Like what the hell are the intestines? Like, I really sat there and I looked source after source, and I like did the research, and like I have really high hopes. I have really high hopes for how this story turns out. At the same time, it's my first ever book, and I'm obviously don't have the experience, and I don't have like any proper guidance or anything like that. So I'm reluctant to promise anything. I'm reluctant to make any promises because I'm worried I won't be able to keep them. But at the same time, I can make at least this promise. I will work my ass off to make this the best that I possibly can. That is that's literally the most basic thing that I can promise about this book. I will work my ass off to make sure it is the best that I can possibly deliver. But anything other than that, I can't, because I can't promise, like, I can't promise the book will be good, because, like, this is my first time writing anything, and, like, although I put a lot of passion and stupid amount of time into it, I can't actually promise it'll be good, you know? But, I will try, and I just wanted to give you guys, basically, an explanation for why I have, for why I mysteriously vanished, and I haven't even been on Discord, because, again, I've just been spending every single moment, and I mean every single moment, into this goddamn, like, either study and research, or, straight up writing. I mean, I have, like, those 800 words that I removed, right, for the book that I was working on, those 800 words were just the final version. If I had to count every single word that I did while I was trying to get to those final 800, I probably wrote close to 2,000 words. And I just kept, like, reading or like rewording or rephrasing or like shuffling around until I finally landed on those final 800, which were polished enough and where I actually simple enough and polished enough that I appreciated them. And then I was like, you know what, it doesn't fit here, and I had to remove it, because I'm trying to make sure that even though that this chapter and maybe even the one after it have to be very info dump, I want it to still be as clean as possible, because it is very difficult. It really, really is. Thankfully, the rest of the prologue chapters are actually fairly straightforward and very easy to write. They don't really have anything to do with information. It's just characters reacting to the, like, events of the world around them and shit like that, which is very easy to write. I have hopes. Like I said, I don't want to make any promises, but I have a hope that once I'm done with the prologue chapters, I'll basically be able to write the main chapters in like a similar time frame as as sort of the writing prompt that I did earlier, which means that hopefully I should at least be able to get like a chapter a day out, which means that once I basically have a decent backlog, I'll be able to start releasing the chapters publicly, because what I'm gonna do is, I don't remember if I already mentioned this in this video or not, but what I plan to do is basically release all the prologues once they're done all at once to basically my community and shit, and then once I have a decent backlog, I will officially publish like the book as a web novel. So I'll start by releasing the prologue chapters first for like the rest of the world, not just the people who know about this channel and just know about me as like a YouTuber, and then I will start releasing the actual official chapters for everyone. So not just YouTube, not just like YouTube community exclusively, but for literally the entire world. Once I have a decent enough backlog and I can ensure that I'm getting these chapters out at a consistent rate, I'll basically start releasing. I still haven't really decided what the release rate is gonna look like, because I still don't know how long it's gonna take me to write the normal chapters. Assuming that I can get a chapter within like a day or two, like a chapter done within a day or two. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's gonna be faster than that. But like I said, I don't really want to over deliver or over promise or anything like that. I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to get a chapter down to a few hours, but I'm not really sure if I'll ever be able to get that fast, because I know there are authors who can do that, but I'm not sure if I'm at that level or if I'll ever be at that level. So what I plan to do is once I basically have once I know how fast my release rate is, I might release like a chapter every day or a chapter every other day, or maybe like 4 chapters a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, something like that. I don't really want to go lower than like 4 a week, but I will be okay with like 3 a week maybe. The worst option is once a week, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm gonna really try to work on getting a good backlog and shit like that. But the reason I wanted to explain all of this in this episode is not only because Genshin is my biggest game, and like literally 99 if not 100% of my viewers all watch this, but at the same time, because it's not really a New Year's resolution, it's more so just a promise to myself. But I want to basically have officially published my story as a web novel, not like a real novel or anything like that, just starting it off as a web novel and like releasing it to the world by this year. I wanted to have it done by this year. And when I mean done, I don't mean the story complete, I mean actually having it released to the public by this year. So I'm giving myself a lot of leeway here. 12 months, a lot of leeway. But I I want it to be done, and I'm holding myself to that. And now that you guys know about it, you can hold me to that, right? So, for instance, I actually had one of my mods a few weeks ago. I think it was a few weeks ago. My time is very strange for people who don't sleep. But, he actually asked me, he was like, hey, you got any more chapters of your book? Because I'm actually, I want to read it. And so, like, I hope that you guys, the viewers, will do that to me more. Because if you guys keep me accountable, then my procrastination can't get the better of me, and I'll be able to keep writing it. Besides, knowing that people actually want to read the shit that I'm working on does get me a little excited. So that's all for this episode. More regular Genshin content though. I'm gonna try to keep it like a video a day, and then I'll work on the rest of the day for my books and shit. It's just this chapter specifically has had me literally caught in a deadlock for like months. So when I finally found like the inspiration to break through it, I did not want to let it go. Now I'm basically over the hill. I've completed the most difficult part. The rest of this can be completed in like a few hours, hopefully. I feel very, very confident about completing the rest of this in a few hours. So I should hopefully have chapter 4 done by today or tomorrow. And once that's done, I'll be able to go ahead and start recording like daily Genshin episodes again, and then I can spend the rest of my day working on my novel, and that's what I plan to do. So I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. Hold on. Let me see what the hold on. I kind of want to make a little bit of a challenge with you guys, but I want to see what the normal like rate for my Genshin episodes are. Okay, so this one has 20. Okay, hold on. Let me go to videos, view all. Okay, so the most recent one has 21. The one before that has 42. One before that has 53, 48, 57, 47. Okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do, because most of these episodes get over 300 views anyway. If you guys can get to, let's say 40 likes. Let's say 40 likes. Okay, if you guys can get to 40 likes, I will go ahead and release chapter 1, prologue 1, I should say, well, like prologue chapter 1, to the public, right as soon as you guys get the 40 likes. Now, it's only gonna be the first prologue chapter, okay? It's not gonna be like all the prologue chapters that I have completed so far or anything like that. It's just gonna be a little bit of a sneak peek to kind of like, you know, let you guys kind of see what it's all about. So yeah, if you guys get the 40, I'll go ahead and do that. But regardless, I think that's where I'm gonna end this video off. Do hope y'all did enjoy this episode, regardless of my sort of. If you guys aren't interested in the personal pursuits and stuff like that, I do apologize for wasting so much of your time. If you guys have made it this far, because I have been kind of rambling, and I am kind of curious to see how many of you have actually stuck around this far. Just comment novel. Just comment the word novel. And no, actually, you know what? Comment the word timescape. Yeah, timescape. Comment timescape, and I'll know y'all have made it this far. But that's gonna be all. I do hope y'all did enjoy this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. See you guys later.